Good evening and welcome to the Central Queens Republican Club meeting for September 19th, 2024. We're just about getting ready to start. We're still setting up sound and lots of exciting things. We got some food in the bag. Come on over and join us. If not, I'm going to set up the camera now. You're going to just see people walking by. But we'll get started really soon. I'm going to say it's 7:09 now. So you got 20 minutes to just listen until we start the meeting. So see you soon, and there we go. Looking good. See ya.
Okay, we're live on YouTube, just so you know. How are you?
Well, I'm just going to get a little fresh air for a few minutes. Okay, if you want to just move that, want to be ready with that mic.
Yeah, it's just a matter of.
Yeah. I just want to hear how it was different.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, it's up, it's running. I introduced. So just follow people, right? Sure.
Hi, welcome everyone to the Central Queens Republican Club meeting. It's currently 7:12. We will start exactly at 7:30. So if you want to, you can move fast forward. And we'll see you in about 20 minutes.
So the Russian I'll handle it. So then I come in and says, one person is a truck. It's a truck. It's 4 years ago. That's really cool. So I said, Trump here. More Trump here. I said, Trump here. No good. I showed the sign, it's no good. So don't vote for him twice. You gotta think it. You gotta pick on conservative or so I said, here, good. I mean, it's simple. I mean, so did you have a sleep today or? Are you asleep today?
Oh, yeah. You know, I wasn't sure if that's the rest of it. Okay, good today. Very good rest. So
Good.
Which allows me to have energy tonight.
Yeah.
You'll see like a surge of energy is because I rested. Like you can tell. People know me, they see me dragging and walking and not thinking like I'm like, go back to bed. You know?
Okay, what happened?
Okay, this is the wireless system. I think it's working good. All right. Can you hear me back there? Good. Okay. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks. This is just talking normally. I'm not screaming. I'm not yelling. So this is what we something that picks up well. Okay, so this is.
You want to try this mic now?
Yeah. Now that's
Yeah.
keep this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a little, yeah, but it's.
That's fine. Believe me, guys.
No, let's do that next one.
Okay, good.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
More trouble or something?
Testing 1, 2.
Trouble, you have a little,
Yeah. Testing. It's a little bit bassy. Testing 1, 2.
There's some trouble, so.
trouble.
Okay, yeah, that's what.
Testing 1, 2.
Let's see what it sounds like. Let me see if I'm not right on top of the mic.
It's a strange set of gerrymandering.
When the night is come.
It's a little low, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't want to be all over the mic.
Let me go to the back. Okay. Just go first and finish from.
When the night has come and the land is on, and the moon is the only light we see.
It's a nice balance. I'm just gonna put your voice a touch more high, but it's a nice balance. It's like a there was some guitar from here, voice from here, and it's really nice. I'm talking back there, so I'm gonna put you up a little bit more volume-wise. Maybe a little less bass. Do the same.
Okay.
Do the same chords, the same lyrics, the same. You know, like natural, same natural.
I didn't tune yet, but.
Yes, sir. All right.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see. No, I won't be afraid or
no, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
Voice, perfect. Lungs.
One at a time.
Yeah. They'll be balanced, yeah. Actually, it's perfect because my thing is that the vocal should be a little bit above the guitar. So if you're playing soft, maybe it's a soft song.
Yeah, most of the stuff is soft.
Okay, good. Then just one more check and this should tweak it. We still got 11 minutes.
When the night has come and the land is dark. Okay, I'm gonna get going.
It sounds just nice. Check this microphone.
This is only a test. Okay, this is talking normally, so I think it's okay. Once people come in, when people are here, the sound gets absorbed to some degree, so I'll put the volume lower anyway, that way. We can always tweak it. Hello. Hello, man. Hello. Hi. Okay. Welcome.
Hey, feel free to sing along with me, okay? Listen up before the meeting starts. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, and now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Eye, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that river highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that was calling. This land was made for you and me. I'm going to say the patriotic songs for a moment. And again, I would appreciate hearing your voice. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got
A Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to town just to ride a pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. You're a grand old flag, you're a high flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats to with the red, white, and blue when there's never a boast or brag. Should all acquaintance be forgotten? Here I am, that grand old flag. Keep your eye on that grand old flag. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of green, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruit and plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, to speak of her, a just and noble cause. She stood with those who bravely chose that freedom blessed our shores. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful, the torch that glows, so freedom never wanes. Among your ranks we give our thanks to heroes with no names. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Sweet USA will find a way to peace and unity, and for this land will proudly stand for strength and liberty. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Okay, it's 7:27. We're going to start the meeting at 7:30.
What's your wine?
See.
Juan, can you move the flag a little bit to the right? When I do the national anthem, I'll let cut off.
Okay.
Not that they'll be missing much, but.
Okay. See, got it? One more minute.
Juan, is that feedback from where? Is that my amp or?
Yes, coming from the.
Could it be the other amp, the other mic? Testing, 1, 2.
No, it's all in the, it's not off.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to the Central Queens Republican Club. It's 7:30. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. The one that's going to be starting us off tonight is Kalish. Kalish, would you please start off with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
And Larry Block is going to play the national anthem.
To let you know, nobody is delighted.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stars and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, get groove through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the Queen?
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Larry, you want to play 2 more small songs? One more song? Okay. Give me sit down.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Larry Block. Just very quickly, I used to work in this neighborhood. I was the principal of Thomas Edison High School, and retired around 10 years ago, and I decided rather than work part-time in education, I would play the guitar. So I've been writing and playing a lot of patriotic songs. And so I appreciate your attention to this one. I wrote it for President Trump, and it's going to be shipped down to him. I wrote this after the first attempt on his life, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Keep America, America.
Keep America, America. Keep America, America. The road is just around the bend. It's the beginning, not the end. Keep America, America. Keep America, America. Keep America, America. Together help the countrymen. We can make it great again. Keep America, America. There are those who say nothing here is great. Their hearts are filled with anger, their minds with hate. But there's the truth to be told, and it's never too late. Keep America, America. Storytellers want to write history. They forget we stormed the beaches of Normandy. It should come as no surprise. Evil meets with its demise when America's America. Keep America, America. Keep America, America. We can make it great again. Help this country, man. Keep America, America. Just wanna laugh, just wanna smile. We're proud to be American, American style. We're the beacon of hope, home of the brave. Our time has come. It's our country to save. Keep America, America. Keep America, America. He raised his fist and now we're sure. We know just what we're fighting for. To keep America, America. Keep America, America. Keep America, America. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, Jim Strawhorn, would you please read the mission statement of the club?
The mission of this club shall be to advance the principles and purposes of the Republican Party, to elect Republican candidates to public office, to strengthen the civic welfare of the community, and to engage in a vigorous exchange of ideas supporting Republican values.
Thank you very much. And roll call. James Strawhorn.
Hello, everybody. Daniel Mayo, President. Yeah. Okay, you're here, Daniel, right? David Abraham. Kathy Lolly. Here. Thank you. Zitzel Levy. David Kemp. Isaiah Vega. Carol Crone. Akadiusk Tomaszewski. James Schwartzman, present. Martha Rowan. Ruben Diario Cruz. Yeah, I see it. Joel Solomon. Catherine Donnelly. Craig Tyson. Vic Starsky. Phil McManus. Juan Pagan.
Here.
Zile Chow. Gerard Lolly. Emily Zhang. Stephen Weiner. Jim Strawhorn. Steve Spear. Emma Mitska. Stan Norwood.
Okay, and reading of the minutes. Jim, would you please?
I love this. Minutes of the regular meeting of the Central Queens Republican Club held on August 15, 2024 at Grace Lutheran Church, 103-15 Union Square, Forest Hill, Queens, 11375. Daniel Mayo called the meeting to order at 7:32 with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a reading of the club's mission statement by Jim Straw. Jim Schwartzman, myself took roll call. Board members present were Danny Mayo, Martha Rowan, Isaiah Vega, Carol Crone, Akadiusk Tomazuski, Vic Starsky, Joel Solomon, Craig Tyson, Juan Pagan, Jim Strawhorn, Emily Zhang, and David Abraham. Board members absent was Stan Norwick, Zile Chow, Ruben Diario Cruz, Kathy Lally, Gerard Lally, Zitzel Levy, Catherine Donnelly, Steve Weiner, Phil McManus, Steve Spear, Emma Mitska. 35 members and 50 non-members were in attendance. Jim Schwartzman then read the July 18th club meeting minutes. The minutes were adopted by unanimous vote. Akatius Tomazuski gave the treasurer's report indicating a bank balance of $4,520.94 and 82 paid club members. Elena Chin, president of Moms for Liberty, Queens chapter, asked the audience to vote against Proposition 1 instead of Equal Rights Amendment to New York State Constitution. It should be called Parent Replacement Act. If passed, biological males cannot be discriminated against and can participate in female sports and use female bathrooms. Prop 1 is disingenuously being touted as reproductive freedom, including abortion. Kathleen Jones asked whether the amendment, if passed, would force the Indian nations in New York to follow the law. We don't know, but Elena said to expect a proliferation of discrimination litigation. Bill Schacht talked about his work on resiliency in the Rockaways and will be holding a fundraiser in Portofino. David Abraham shared his story supporting Steve Weiner, who is running for Queens County Surrogate Court Judge. Brandon Castro, candidate for State Assembly, 30 District against Steve Raga, graduated from college last year and talked about problems in his district, including flooding and opposition to the city of Yes. He will be holding a birthday fundraiser on August 20th at Beer Keeper in Woodside. Ron Speranza, candidate for State Assembly, 26th District, against Ed Brownstein, thanked the club for its assistance to help him stay on the ballot on the common sense third-party line. City of Yes. Danielle invited 14 community boards, elected officials, and New York City planning. There was no acknowledgement of any representation present at that meeting. Vic Starsky, board member, started off by calling it the city of mess. He stated that our units built in low-density residential neighborhoods, so far 28 out of 59 communities boards voted no outright and 5 no with conditions. No yard, no driveway, no parking required. Half of the audience was waiting for Jonathan Rinaldi's presentation of the City of Yes. Jonathan is the State Assembly candidate against Andrew Hevesy, 28th District, on the Republican. We the People and Truth Lines. Say no to the City of Yes, he bellowed. City of Yes is 3-part comprehensive citywide climate change response and zoning changes plan. Carbon neutrality to cut carbon emissions to 0 by 2050 was passed December 2023. Economic opportunity to update commercial and industrial zoning codes was passed June 24th, and housing opportunity to change residential zoning codes is expected to pass by the City Council before the end of the year. Who is the housing opportunity for, Jonathan asked. Local Law 97 passed in 2019 requires buildings over 25,000 square feet to cut emissions by 2024, then 40% by 2030, 0 by 2050. Co-ops had to change their boilers from oil to gas, now to electric. Who's to pay for it? Jonathan asked the audience to file a Freedom of Information law request to the Board of Elections for Republican petitions at the Freedom of Information, FOIL, at boenyc.gov as a template. Several audience members, including Mike, asked, how do we stop the city of Yes? Jonathan replied, unfortunately, it's a done deal, but do your FOIL, your Freedom of Information law, and vote. David Rem said we need to vote Republican. Taisha Parrott concurred. Jonathan asked for $10 donation. Freddie Bischoff, who lives in the neighborhood for 50 years, said he had his car and catalytic converter stolen 4 or 5 times. Where was the police, he asked. All neighbors should get together and help each other. He invited people to join his annual 4th of July party. Peter Kafalis, reported from the Queen's Voice, asked the audience to share stories with him. Jim Trent said the basic assumption of housing crisis is weak if the city's populations decline. Arthur Tila commented that the housing of Yes is a game of what you want to keep and what you want to take away. Parking, for example, to make space for more housing units. Winner of the 50-50 raffle drawing totaled $50 was Ara Moody. The meeting ended at 9:31.
Thank you very much. Are there any corrections or comments on the minutes? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adopt the minutes? Okay, Anton's motion and Kathy seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstained? Minutes been adopted. Next, Arkadiusz Tumazuski is going to give us a financial report. Let me pass the mic over to you. It has to be recorded. This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you, Daniel. The current balance is $4,464 and 43 cents. That's a 4,400. It's not bad. And I would like to announce we have raffle tickets over here. This is helping us to pay the rent over here. It's not very expensive, but it's still big. And it's always good if something stay in a group than it's getting out from the group. So we have books, we have a hat, we have many things on the table. We have a chance to win something. On October 9, we're going to host in Medical Freedom Alliance a meeting with very well known in Canada, Artur Pawlowski. Artur Pawlowski is a priest who was throwing the cups out from the church when he was preaching over there. And they start to make a noise, he threw them out. He was arrested like at least 20 times. But so he is coming to New York and he is going to speak up on October 9 in Medical Freedom Alliance on 122 East 83rd Street. Everyone is welcome to come. The tickets will be $10. It's going to help us to buy the flyers. And I believe Daniel will also like to say something about October 8 will be another invitation for Artur.
Yes, since Pastor Pawlowski is going to be in New York for 3 days on October 8th, we have the West Side Republican Club who will be holding his regular meeting at the Jewish Center on West 86th Street. He's also going to be speaking there. He will be the featured speaker, and that will go from 7 to 8:30. Anyway, we're going to send out more details in the club's upcoming email. Okay, next announcements, okay? Well, first of all, before I continue, are there any announcements from the group people like to make?
I'm signed up.
Oh,
I can wait for my turn.
Yeah, you will. Okay. I will stay. Okay. Well, actually, let me go ahead and go to Ed Lee. Okay. He's one of the activists in this area. It's pretty well known in the circles. Ed, would you please?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness, Danny, it's an honor to be here. Just so you know, What happened was during the Medical Freedom Party, I'm actually had the only third-party independent candidate forums in New York City, and I constantly asked all the people who ran for the party, so a lot of people here, and I asked them who was the most accomplished, who was the most knowledgeable, who they thought had the best chance of winning, and all of them said Danny Mayo, and I'm just so honored that he asked me to be here. You know, like respect to your work, man. You know, for real. So now tonight, I just want to get to a couple of things. First of all, like I said, we're a third party, but to tell you the truth, right now, the Republicans are sitting on a special time. Honestly, y'all are really special. You know why? Because all the other parties are fake news alive. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. Listen, Malcolm X. I don't see Dion Powell here tonight. I know he's on the way. He's been a good friend, by the way. We went to the African American Day Parade, right? Yeah, that was, no community gets hyped up against Trump like the black community, but we went out there, we marched. I think Diane was ready to show up too. You know, I mean, we risked our lives, but you know, shout out to Dion right there. So the fact of the matter is that Malcolm X said that the Democrats and the liberals are the most dangerous political animal in the. I was dying to play that at the parade, right? Yeah, let them boo Malcolm X. They want to boo Trump. I swear to God, the Republicans are the truth. Thank you so much. So tonight, I'm declaring my loyalty to the Republicans, and I do plan on voting for Trump unless something radical changes right now. I'm telling you right now, that's dead true. So thank you for letting me say that. Now I'm gonna add. I have a couple announcements that I want to ask you guys to come to. The first thing is that I want to ask you guys to start reinvesting in the youth. On Friday, we actually have a upcoming free party we're having for students. Right now, the Democrats are using the students for their shock troops. They're using them for their interns, and they're actually greenlighting all the crap that they're doing. I'm sorry to say, we need to get control back of our students. We need to be more intelligent about the way we go about these things. The young Republicans, by the way, I want to shout out everybody here. I know that means Stasio had a little thing, but I still respect him because he's a doer. I respect the people in this room because y'all are doers, you know what I mean? And the people that's not here, like the young Republicans, you know, honestly, they've been kind of disappointed. That's just me, though. Hey, you know what? Y'all can step up any time. The young Republicans, I'm talking to you. Come and show up for what's up. You know, that's what I got to say to you. Anyways, yeah, look. So right now, I'm gonna tell you guys a couple things that we got going. That I think that Republicans are on the cusp of. I want to set up a student an outreach team, and we know that Dion Powell has a gentle hand. We know the kids need a gentle hand. I'd like them to be in charge of something like that. I want y'all to think about getting a fund together to really start investing and bring up the youth, because the youth are sick of the Democrat lies. I swear to God, you know it's true. We know there's a new generation dying to be Republicans, okay? Next, I want to say that I'm happy to see young tan room. Shout out to the Asians in the room. You know what I mean? And shout out to Danny Mayo. The fact of the matter is that the Democrats have this sickening thing called AANHPI for Trump. What? Is it Hawaii, an island in the Pacific? Who decided it was AANHPI? It's dumb. And you know who they had leading that? Who knows who they had leading that disgusting, you know, brown nose test over there? Ken Jeong. You ever seen that movie, The Bachelor or whatever, The Weekend, with his little penis out there? Oh, that's the guy you have headlining the Asian Americans from Kamala. Are you serious? This is an insult to my people, I swear to God. So I have people from right now, I want to shout out David O, who actually ran for mayor in Philly, Pennsylvania, who's supported by some of the longest wrongfully incarcerated men in Pennsylvania state history. Now, the fact of the matter is that there's people at the top who's not listening to us, not listening to you in the very real fight. By the way, the Asians right now have the largest mobilization that you've ever seen in New York City history. The press ain't talking about that. Yang Tan is a very important person, support for the upcoming election. She's ready to make history. That district could flip a Republican right now. That was set up for the Democrats. We need y'all help. This is historical stuff. This is what I need you guys to show up for, okay? There's a meeting on Saturday. Please come through. Just so you know, okay, so, and I also have people, I just talked to a conservative, young Juan from LA, the second largest market in the nation. We're gonna have, I wanna have Asian Americans for Trump, like little discussion, like they have it, like they're disgusting AANHPI for comments, disgusting. Number two, on October 16th, my man Reverend Keith Gatson, a victim of the corrupt Democrat machine, Melinda Katz, okay, he's gonna be giving a press response at October 16th. And I've been, right now, Al Sharpton's out in front of her protesting DEI, right? Yeah, fighting for Claudine Gay, who's getting $800,000 a year. Meanwhile, I don't know if you guys see the video that's on my channel, I'm going to hand out my card later. Precision Strategies, the company that's handling Kamala's office, has a horrible track record of treatment of Black and Latina women. I swear to God, they're nothing but a bunch of lies. I swear to God, it's so disgusting. The last thing I want to ask you guys to help me with, there's one more thing coming up besides, once again, it's the API for Trump thing. I think that could be record breaking. The last thing I really want you guys to help me to is to get rid of Grace May. I'm a personal victim of Grace May. And the fact, okay, now the thing is that a lot of people, I'm gonna say Grace Name gets $300,000 a year from the Israel PAC, and this is on paper. They're trying to make a lot of Chinese people look like you know, they're spies and stuff. And I'm not saying that might not be true. But I'm saying, okay, so a lot of people are gonna say that Israel's our friend. But let me tell you this right here, okay? Right now, the congressional spending, this is on open secret, they're gonna pass this around, okay? How much do you think they spent on Democratic campaigns, on Democratic candidates, your opponents? Anybody wanna guess? It's a little over $15.2 million, okay? How much do they spend on Republican candidates? Anybody wanna guess? I'm taking any guesses right now. Does anybody think it's close to 15 million? Maybe it's over 15 million. I heard that IPAC's supporting Republicans. Yeah, you know the number? 2 million! Oh my God! A little under 2.1, a little under 2.2 million. Who's your friend? Who's your friend? I'm saying what's up. You know what I mean? You cannot be supporting the other. Wait, at 8 times, I'm not saying I'm against Israel, by the way, right? There's some real things going on, and I'm for bring the hostages. I'm saying, but I also do support, you know, some things on the Palestine side, just, you know, and the Republicans, once again, if they're not helping you, then I'm just saying if they get to be playing both sides, then you do too. You know what I mean? So if you're supporting Israel, I'm mad, but I'm for Palestine. I could be a Republican too, 100%. And by the way, it's not about the label, Republican, Democrat, whatever, right? Yeah. Listen, I'm a mixed martial arts philosophy, right? Yeah. And this one is called a reverse punch. Some people call it a straight. Some people call it a medium punch. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's the same thing, but what I can touch is the people, and the people in this community, I recognize the name. I recognize, Audrey right there. I recognize JDR, right? Yeah? Jonathan Rinaldi. I recognize Arcadius. I recognize Bernard Chow. I recognize Jane Can. A lot of real cats in this room. Juan Pagan, yeah? And Nathaniel, right? Yeah. I don't know where Tom Mitch is, but that guy's got my heart for real. We need to beat Grace May now. If we have a federal candidate, it can help all the down ballot candidates. I want your help now. Shout out to Dion Powell. You didn't hear me earlier. I shouted you out, man. You a real one. Yo, thanks again for letting me talk right here. I'm passing this around. You guys got to, you know who's your friend. I'm your friend. I got very little. That's all I got to say. Thanks again. I'm going to hand out my card. Yo, big hand to Danny Mayo. I love this guy. Thank you.
We love you.
I like my first time. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'll come back anytime. Okay, let's see. Actually, before I continue with the meetings here, Bill Kregler, who is the Republican candidate, conservative candidate running against Lydia Velasquez in the 7th Congressional District, he has another meeting he needs to go to, so he'd like to ask me to basically send him first. So, Greg, Bill Kregler, please. Yeah.
You didn't say I was going to follow this guy. My gosh, he's full of energy. Now I'm gonna fall asleep on me.
I gotta love you, man. Come on, man.
Oh well, this looks like church. All the sinners in the back, no holy rollers in the front, you know. All right, real quick, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for even having your organization. It's very good. There we go, kids. Thank you very much. It's great to have an organization like this. Listen, every election, they say, is a very important election. It's the election year. This is the election year, without a doubt. The last time we had something as serious as this, we went to war with ourselves, you know, a civil war with ourselves. This is how serious of a matter we are dealing with. The reading of what's been going on with these propositions, congestion pricing, which is going to sink everybody. Everybody is going to pay an average of $75 a week. Simple. Anyone, even if you don't have a car, you're going to be paying for other, you know, commercial, anything you buy, they're going to put that cost if they have to go into Manhattan and all that. It doesn't benefit no one. It just lands on the middle class and the poor. It's as simple as that. You know, the rich can always take it off as a tax deduction and pass it on to you, right? I was at the Trump rally last night. I had a great seat. You know, I usually don't like to go to those things. It's like, you know, beating on your chest. Boy, I needed that. What a shot of adrenaline and excitement. You know what? We stay so, you know, we're in the belly of the beast here in New York City. You know, and I think we get a little jaded and all that stuff. I went out there, man. What a refreshing moment. You know, We had 20,000 people. 5,000 couldn't get into the place. You know, we had 5,000 people outside with their lawn chairs watching TV screens and everything. And as big as the security was, everybody was happy, joyous, talking to the Secret Service, talking to the Nassau County Police. You had to be there. It was a great time. You felt like you were in a fraternity. It truly was. Trump, outstanding. You know, I was there right next to the podium, right side. And it was beautiful. Talked about not taxing Social Security, and I said, that's great, because I just got my numbers. That's a good idea. You know? And he talked about the boards, of course, and all that stuff, and we know that stuff. I'm not going to take too long here, ladies and gentlemen. You've got your agendas here. Just listen to your August minutes. What can I add? But here's your homework assignment. Yeah, now I got your attention when I said that, right? Yeah. Listen, you got to get the message out. Vote Republican. Forget about all this border stuff. These people like to, will fight you on that. Now, one thing a Democrat will never do is admit when they're wrong. You know, it's as simple as that. But here's something that they always hit: money. If you vote Democrat, you're getting hit with congestion pricing. It's as simple as that. That's like the cancer that we're warning people about. Tell all your friends, neighbors. You have emails. There's the new way of making a phone call. There's no phone calling now. You have emails. You send out this information to vote Republican and vote for your Republican candidates. It's an endorsement. I send it out. What is it? Junk mail, right? Who's this guy over? You send it out. Oh, you met this guy? Yeah, he wasn't half bad. You know, he put on a nice white shirt and a red tie. He looked good, you know. This is your homework assignment, people. And we don't have much time. We have less than 48 days. You think about early voting. This is something what we have to, the Republican Party here in Queens and all that. We need volunteers to go to the early voting stations and just hand out the red ticket. You know, here's all the Republicans here. You know, instead of three, different candidates separately. No, we just need one person. Here, vote Republican. It's quite clear to vote Republican. And one thing that Trump did talk about last night is getting New York. Right? And you know what? Yeah, really. Lee Zeldin, when he ran for governor, he got 30% of New York City. And if he had 35, we'd be called Governor Lee Zeldin. So it is there. The problems that he ran and made attention to are only gotten worse now. One of the reasons why I ran for Congress is the simple fact that I want to help Donald Trump win. And if someone votes for me, I know they're voting for Trump. And we have so many great Republican candidates in this city, in this state, that are running. He's going to capture his 35% in New York City, and he's going to take New York. And when you take New York, you take the country. So all I ask of you, ladies and gentlemen, after you get done with your cookies and your milk and your coffees and all that stuff, and you say, I wonder what they can do. And all that. You go home, sit in front of your computer, you start typing out your emails. This is what we need. Go on your Facebook, which I hate. I hate it. Why do you have to have Facebook? But I have to have. Go to Facebook, put it out there. Anybody, make them famous. You ever hear those people make those insane remarks and all that stuff about, killing President Trump and bringing harm to New York? And good, make them famous. Make them famous, I say. Let people know how bad they are, and they'll hide in their caves during election time because they don't want to come out. I thank you for your organization. Like I said, you should have been out at that rally. It was a breath of fresh air. It was great, people. I don't want to sit there overnight. I was there standing on my feet for 5 hours, and I never thought about it. It was just more fun right after the other. You should have been there. It was great, great people. It's almost as great as the people in front of you now, okay? So do your homework, and let's savor that victory on November 5th. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Don't let me go after that guy again.
Okay, let's see. Before we get to the other candidates, just a couple of quick election day announcements. Now, I'm sure all of you know we are very much anti-Proposition 1, the statewide proposal that's going to be on the ballot. So please pass the word no on 1. There will be 5 more citywide that will be posting once they publish the order it's going to be on. Now, there's another law that was passed effective beginning of this year, and that is absentee ballot voting. the wisdom, for some reason, Albany decided added another early voting law, what they call early mail ballot, in addition to absentee ballot. So if people ask you they want to vote absentee, now there's two different methods. Okay? One is the regular absentee ballot you know about. Another one is called early mail ballot. What's the difference? Nothing, except in the case of if you apply for early mail ballot, you don't need to check off a box for a reason you're going to be absent. The regular absentee ballot does have about 8 or 9 reasons there. So why don't we just combine one, whereby there's a checkbox for you to just says I don't have a reason, or just none of the above? I have no idea. All I know is if you check the Board of Election website, the way it is organized, you had to choose either early mail or absentee, and they're all the same. That's New York State bureaucracy. Okay, I want to call Jim Strawhorn up. He's going to go down the candidates and have them talk about basically for those candidates who ran, those who they will go first, talk about their advices with current candidates. So Jim, pass it on.
Thank you, Daniel. We call this little section of the meeting lessons learned from the campaign trail. Now, because of when we are in the cycle, if you ran before and are not running now, it would be lessons learned. But I think given when we are right now, if anybody's running right now, it would be thoroughly okay to do a little speechifying, you know? Anyway, do you want me to go down this list in the order they are? Okay. Okay, so I've been given a list here, and the first person on it is Diane Stasio. Is Diane here? Okay, everybody quick, come on out front. Everybody please welcome. Okay, I'm gonna give this to you. I wanna make sure everybody's got your name. Diane Stasio, correct? Okay, see, I wanna do that because name recognition is one of the most important things in politics. And a lot of us are not well known, so let's hear everybody's names over and over again. A couple of minutes, please, all right?
Yes, thank you. Again, my name is Diane Stasio. I want to thank Daniel Mayo and the Central Queens Republican Club for the opportunity to be here with you tonight. It's truly a pleasure. Thank you. Second, from the start, running as a Republican in New York City outside of Staten Island or South Brooklyn is always going to be a difficult lift. And I want to thank people like Daniel and Robert Kammerer, Kelly Klingman, Rusat, Ramgopal, excuse me if I butchered his last name, Marilyn Miller and Bernard Chow for stepping up and lending voice to people here in our city who too often feel left behind. You are all champions of democracy, and I hope to see you back in the political arena very soon. When I ran on the Upper West Side of Manhattan last year, no GOP candidate had ever broken 18% in over 22 years. That, plus Donald Trump's massive unpopularity and universal name ID, combined with a well-ensconced 4-term incumbent running for re-election named Gail Brewer, and backed by the UFT, the HTC, 32BJ SCIU, 1199 SCIU, the New York League of Conservation Voters, and the New York State Nurses Association were all factors working against anyone brave enough to carry the Republican Party banner into battle. But despite all that, my campaign raised approximately $25,000 and received an additional $106,650 in public matching funds. The first Republican City Council campaign on the Upper West Side to not only qualify for matching funds program, but to also break 6 figures when it came to fundraising. As a result, we managed to build a unique coalition of disaffected Democrats, independents, and Republicans who were used to staying home. We dropped 135,000 pieces of mail to a universe of over 47,000 individuals and over 37,000 households, blasted out 152,000 text messages to nearly 35,000 cell phones. And our campaign call center had the ability to hire 12 tireless supporters who made over 8,700 calls in the 9 days leading up to Election Day. And thank you. And I'd be remiss not to acknowledge the stellar job my campaign treasurer, Nancy Sliwa, my consultant, James Perrone, my campaign manager, who I found thanks to Ore Jacinto, and my aide, Tracy, all did to make our fight for a better, safer, more prosperous Upper West Side stayed on budget and as close to on schedule as we possibly could. Was there anything we could have done differently? In hindsight, sure. Recruiting volunteers for petitioning and canvassing is always a tall order, especially in a district that isn't seen as competitive. Had we gotten into the race earlier, organized our ground game earlier, raised money earlier, we would have been in a stronger position to afford putting paid canvassing and phone banking teams into the field several weeks prior to early voting. But what we didn't discover until too late in the calendar was that the data provided by GOP Data Center was of extremely poor quality and ended up hobbling our campaign almost from the outset. An absurd number of phone contacts turned out to be invalid, incorrect, or went to voicemail over the course of our phone banking operation. Several thousand mailing addresses proved duplicates or incorrect. Not only did this affect our morale in the final weeks, it affected the efficiency and efficacy of our direct mail and GOT operation. Unfortunately, given the extreme partisan nature of New York City, few Republican-aligned vendors have invested the time, money, or effort to update their consumer database. Until this changes, I believe our candidates and our party will continue to underperform at the ballot box in diverse, densely populated urban areas. In short, given the resources available and a hostile political environment, we still confounded expectations on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, winning approximately 20% across the Republican and 2 independent ballot lines, an unprecedented feat for the GOP in the city's 6th council district. In the days following election night, I felt confident my team and I had been able to provide a path forward to help shape the message and the direction for our local county party and for future campaigns in the borough of Manhattan. Thank you all again for this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts and my experience as a first-time candidate here with you tonight. God bless you. God bless this great city of New York, and a greater city when it's run by Republicans. And God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Diane. Are you going to run again?
I'd like to run again. I need to think about.
I'm going to use this. The reason I ask is, one of the things that candidates do is they learn.
Yes.
Okay, and as you learn, you start to understand things that you could do differently the next time out. And usually when we do things and when we think about how we can do them better, we do them better. And I think the chances are about 100% that if you run again, you will do a better job than you did the last time. So I hope you'll think about it.
Yes, I agree with that.
I hope anybody who's running will really think that way.
But we do need healthier
I know it's exhausting, and I believe that running for office is one of the most difficult things that any human being can do, because you've got to do such disparate, such different things, and put a lot of energy into each one of them. It's easy to understand why you'd be exhausted after something like that.
I wasn't exhausted,
Oh, okay.
I
Wow,
found it very
all right.
integrated. I will
In that
say
case.
this, I will say this. I went recently to the town hall that Brad Hoylman held at the Natural Museum of History. The one thing I wanted to hear what he had to say, and the speakers he had there, including Alvin Bragg, they do a very good job at coalescing, coming together, and kind of being on the same page and the same messaging. They have each other's backs. So one thing that I would like to see about the Republican Party in the city of New York, Daniel Mayo and the Central Queens Republican Club does a beautiful job of reaching out to other sectors of the city, to other candidates from other districts. There's so many wonderful separate Republican groups, but they're all doing their own separate thing. And if we could come together and unite, I think we could also, that would really help candidates, that would really help the party and encourage people. Like the Democrats do a very good job of that. I thought it was very, very interesting. This was on Sunday, of all the different people they had speaking, from state assembly members to city council members to candidates who are running. Alvin Bragg, as I said, the comptroller was there. They all come together. And I think we really need to come together as a party. I think we have so many wonderful groups. So if someone can figure out a way to do that, to rally everyone together, I think we'd have much more success in the city.
Here's an idea. Okay, thank you very much again. Diane Stasio, right? Okay. Okay, and next on my list is Bernard Chow. And I see him there. Everybody please welcome Bernard Chow.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for when I ran last year. A lot of people here helped me. Some of us don't agree with each other on the way we speak, but then at the end, we need to remember we are most likely on the same side because we're sitting here today. So when the future comes, when this year's election comes, and when next year's election comes, please remember, try to recognize who's the one that we're fighting for or fighting against. And that's exactly what Diane just said. Let's have a clear front of what we are fighting and how to fight them. Okay? The more we can talk with each other and try to put difference aside, especially people in this room, the more we have a better chance to win. If we're here for fun, we're here just for the name, enjoy yourself. Well, we can't stop you, no one can stop you. All you need to do is write down your name, you qualify, and you run. But if you're here trying to build a brand, which is called Republican, on my side, I gotta say conservative also, or you're trying to gain more seats so that the New York government is more balanced for the sake of the people, then we got to think about how to work together. Now, today we're talking about, on the agenda, is talking about trying to give some experience of my campaign compared to the people that's here today. It's less than 50 days away from the election. You should have a plan already. You don't need me to tell you a plan. No matter how crazy you want to get, no matter how quiet you want to get, no matter how exciting you want it to be, you want to put up a show, you want to put up a concert, you should have a plan already. So the best bet is that you stick with your plan, execute it, stick with it down to the T, and make sure it happens the way you want it. And hey, by November 5th, after 9 o'clock, you will find out if that's going to work or not. Yeah, very important to get volunteers every stage, every time, every step of the way, every day. Because every day you need people out on the street, yourself need to be out on the street, knocking on doors already until the sun goes down. Because I can guarantee you we will not have enough volunteers to cover every piece of every door. I can guarantee you that during just don't get too upset, don't get too disappointed. you will be overwhelmed at the poll site. The reason is because a lot of unions is going to be not working with us. Be real, come on. If you cannot take this, it's time to enjoy yourself and some fun. All right? Okay. But if you want to walk November 5th and walk at the poll site and think that you are imagining things that you are having volunteers in every poll site, then you better work very hard right now. And this year you guys are so lucky because there's so many different layers of seats that's running an election. Then you guys need to work together with the Congress, the Senate, Assembly. You need to work together. You need to talk together and get the volunteers together so we have a better chance to win. Okay. All I can say is that that's rich. I will be one of the people who's out there helping out, volunteering. At the same time, you just got to call and find that extra person that has not decided to go on the Republican side to help our Republican. That's namely yourself. So try hard, enjoy it. It's going to be tough, but enjoy it. Have a plan and stick to the plan and make it happen. Good luck, everyone.
That sounds like very good advice. Juan, okay, you heard him. Okay. But I didn't hear you say whether you're going to run again next time.
Yes, I'm going to run again.
Okay. For what? Are you decided?
City Council.
Fantastic. Okay.
So I already asked you for anything.
You heard it here. He's going to be a city council candidate next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the list here is Rusat Ramgopal. Did I say that correctly?
I've got a lot of stuff. Okay, you take this.
Thank you so
much. Okay.
Please welcome Rusat Ramgopal.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's great to see you. And first of all, I can't say anything more without shouting out thank you so much to Daniel Mayo for all the work that he does for this club and beyond that. He is, I always say he's the nicest man I ever met in politics, but that's probably not a good standard. So he's one of the nicest men you'll meet, period. Right? Whenever you see him, he will ask you, how's everything? How's your mom? How's your dad? He's such a great guy, and we're truly blessed to have him do all that he does. It's a thankless job sometimes, so that's why we have to remember to give thanks to him for all that he does. So please, thank you to Mr. Mayor for that. And I was really appreciative. He invited me to come here and talk about my experience running last year. It's good to see Mr. Stasio again, and thank you for those kind words earlier. It's hard running as a Republican in New York. We all know that. So those who had the experience, I can speak for myself, will always be willing to talk about what works, what doesn't work. I can say in my area, I ran for City Council in District 28. I got the highest percentage ever for a Republican in District 28. Right? We set a record for City Council there. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And there are going to be those moments where you say, man, was it all worth it? It is worth it because we are seeing a trend in New York right now. I don't know if you saw the poll today, but Siena College released a poll showing a trend. Harris leads Trump by 13 in New York right now. And I see all the Democrats celebrating, oh, Harris beating Trump, Harris beating Trump. Think about that number. Harris is beating Trump in New York by 13. Every Democrat, going back the past 30 years, has won New York by about 25. So that margin has shrunk in 4 years. Biden won it by 23 points, and we've got it down to 13. That's a 10-point swing in 4 years. So 4 years from now, it's going to be a swing state. At that rate that we're going, and in 2022, it was like a swing state. So with the work we're doing, it's incremental, we're making progress, and we're seeing the results slowly. Now, some things that I remind candidates going into the final stretch of the election. There are a lot of people who are going to be out there who may want to vote for you, but they actually don't know they can vote for you. They've been told so much lies over the years, and they think that, oh, if I'm registered Democrat, or if I'm registered Independent, that, oh, I can't vote for you. It sounds like a basic thing, but you have to remind them, no, doesn't matter how you're registered. If you like me, you can vote for me. When you go in that booth, you can go and vote Republican for me. Another thing, it was mentioned, the early voting issue. I know Republicans have had their skepticism of it, but it's there. It's the rules. The Democrats play by it. we got to play by it as well in order to win. And it's such a shame that you have basically called early voting week. You have early voting week, and Republicans aren't turning out for it, and they're waiting for the election day to turn out, and then some of them just don't end up turning out. And it goes, oh man, I finished work late, I couldn't go, it's raining, it was snowing. Take advantage of the early voting week. Remind them, Saturday and Sunday, go make it a family activity. Take everybody with you, take your neighbor with you. Because everyone in New York is pissed off at the way the government is going right now. They're fed up. The poll that said that Harris is beating Trump by 13 showed that only 34% of New Yorkers approve of Kathy Hochul right now. 59% disapprove. So if only 34% approve of the Democrat governor, the way things are going, our job is to translate that only 34% should be voting for the Democrats. We should be getting the other 60-odd%. Right? Our job is, they're already fed up with the Democrats. Our job is to get them to say being fed up with the Democrats means voting Republican. Because right now in their minds, they're thinking being fed up with the Democrats somehow means either not voting at all or just keep voting for them in this insane way of thinking that they're doing the same thing over and over again until it leads to a different result. And that's another thing to remind them. Remind them the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Remind them of the issues, right? If you're mad about crime, if you're mad about inflation, if you're mad about education, you can't vote for the same people that led to those issues. As Trump said yesterday at the rally, his message to New Yorkers, what the hell do you have to lose? At this point, what do you have to lose? The way things are going, right? Now, a few issues that I'll talk about, how we could communicate, because even though I ran last year, I haven't been, totally out of it. I've been working with other candidates, working with Brandon Castro running for state assembly, working with Paul King running for Congress, and helping them with their campaigns communicate the message. So I want to focus on some issues and tell candidates what we've seen on how it communicates well. So, like on the Proposition 1 issue, that's a good issue for us. However, most of us, because we're in the political circle, we think that when we go over and we say Proposition 1, they know what we're talking about. They don't know what we're talking about. Break it down. Give them actual examples, concrete examples that they can think of what that issue means for them. One example that I've seen work, and I've seen it connect with people, is when you tell them that in the state of California right now, California, the largest state in the union, they've passed a law in California that the kid can change their gender identity through the school with the blessing of the school, and the school is banned from giving parental notification, banned from telling the parents anything. And when you tell them that that actually has happened in California, our nation's largest state, then they actually realize, oh, okay, that's how radical this is. Like, that's the real world impact. And if you tell them Proposition 1 can lead to that happening in New York, then you see it click with it. But if you just tell them Proposition 1, it's not clicking. And that issue is something that can transcend and even turn people who normally vote Democrat into Republicans. The three issues that I saw on the campaign trail turn people from Democrats into Republicans were inflation, crime, and teaching my kids things that my kids should never be taught in schools. Right? I had we knocked 30,000 doors in my campaign, so I had a lot of experience with the people. And I honestly think that is the best experience you can get. You can talk to all the politicals, all the leaders. They're not going to have the message that the actual man that you meet at the store is going to give you. And that's the feeling that you need to have in your mind, because that's the people who are going to be voting for you in the end. So I always remember there was an instance where there was a grandfather who told me he's voted Democrat his whole life. And now he's hearing his 3-year-old. His 3-year-old told him, I learned a 3K that I can get lady parts. Because that's the way the 3-year-old interpreted it. And isn't that cool? Isn't it cool, Grandpa? I can get lady parts. And he said he couldn't believe that. After that, he's going to vote Republican. And he was saying to himself, how are all these things happening? I never voted for it. They don't realize that they have voted for it. Especially immigrant groups are naturally conservative. Every issue, right? They're entrepreneurial, small business owners. On the social issue, they're conservative too. But they keep voting liberal. So our job is to tell them, you are conservative. It's time to start voting like it as well. Now the immigrant issue is another one where I try to tell the candidates how to communicate or not, because I think that immigrants will agree with us on 9 out of 10 issues. But then there happens to be one issue where Republicans, unfortunately, the message comes across the wrong way, and then they end up voting for the Democrat, foolishly because of it. So on the issue of, the migrant situation in New York, the way that I try to tell candidates to appeal on that issue is point out that there is a clear and distinct difference between what has happened now and what has happened in the past. We all come from immigrant backgrounds in some way, shape, or form. We all support immigration to the country, benefits the country. But there's a difference between what's happening now and what's happened in the past. Every immigrant group that's ever happened in the past never got a handout from the government. They came, they worked their way up, everything that they got. And that is what inspired them to build their American dream. That's what made them hardworking citizens. Exactly. The difference now is the freebies and the handouts, and it's unsustainable for the city. $5 billion being spent on that when it should, and it's taken away from education, taken away from the police, and everybody's complaining about the crime issue. If we communicate that the difference is this is a generation that's going to be getting freebies, and if you start them when they come into the country getting freebies, that's not training them to become hard workers for the American dream later. That's training them that be on the government dole all the time, and that is a key difference that I see persuading a lot of people to vote, even a lot of immigrants, to vote Republican on that issue, to say, I came to this country, I struggled, I never had handouts. And I think that's a key distinction there to make. Just reviewing, another issue that in swing that. The Democrats love to talk about democracy. Who is a threat to democracy? Every immigrant who ever came to this country knows that two of the greatest threats to democracy are political prosecution and political violence. Right? And what the Democratic Party, especially in New York, opened the floodgates with the political prosecution of Trump in that Stormy Daniels case. And as we see the two assassination attempts on him, remind every immigrant voter that you left your country for a reason, you came here for freedom, and if the Democrats have started with political prosecution and political violence here, you know that never ends well. So you can't vote for the party that supports them. Let's see, a few other issues. Oh, okay, so you said that candidates learn over time. What's something? One thing that I learned over time. There's a lot of candidates out there who will say New York is majority Republican. It's a majority Democrat city. Do I even say I'm a Republican sometimes? Oh, well, let me not say it. Let me just talk about the Democrats. I'm not going to. Don't hide from being a Republican. You're a Republican. When they see your name on the ballot, you're a Republican. It's no use hiding from it. If you think that you have to hide about being a Republican to convince a voter, that voter's not voting for you. It's sad but true. So don't waste time hiding your Republican. You're a Republican, own it. Where does the badge of honor? You're a Republican. That's it. And we talked about the Republican groups that was mentioned earlier. If the Republican groups spent as much time fighting the Democrats as they do fighting each other, this would be a Republican city right now. This is Stasio said about the Democrats having unity. There was a rally that they had for Kamala Harris recently. Kamala Harris wasn't even there, but they're having rallies for Harris. And you had Jessica Ramos and Eric Adams standing side by side. They hate each other. They're running for mayor against each other next year. And if Ramos wins, Adams is horrible. That's going to be even worse. But they hate each other's guts. But they stand next to each other to show the public front. We're united. We're a Democratic Party. We got to do the same thing as well. We have to be united in order to win. And as I said, on the issue of the word Republican, if they don't want to associate with the word Republican, remind them, Republican is not a scary word. You live under Republican rule in this city, under Mayor Giuliani and Mayor Bloomberg and Governor Pataki, and those were better times for the city and the state. Any voter, even the Democrats, you remind them that, you ask them the question, was your life better under Giuliani and Bloomberg, or is your life better now under de Blasio and Adams? Not a single one is going to say that their life is better now in this city. One final issue, I think I've touched all of them, but out of curiosity, who was at the Trump rally yesterday? When you were at the Trump rally, you saw that stadium was packed. So there are many times where we may feel that, we're the lonely ones out there. You don't see other Republicans. You don't know that many other Republicans. But Richard Nixon talked about the silent majority. There's a silent majority that's growing out there. And if Donald Trump could fill the Nassau Coliseum yesterday, New York definitely is in play. And I saw Kathy Hochul was afraid today. She's making statements saying that, her job now is to make sure that she helps flip the Democrats enough seats that Hakeem Jeffries is the next speaker. I think that's another issue that the candidates need to talk about. And I've seen that work, especially if I'm somebody, my parents came from Guyana. I've seen that work in the Guyanese community. If you remind them of how radical some of Hakeem Jeffries' views there are, and you tell them that voting Democrat this year will lead to Speaker Jeffries, it's something that sounds a bit technical, but when you actually show them how radical Hakeem Jeffries is, for example, Hakeem Jeffries was somebody, if you ever have a Guyanese voter, bring this up to them. Because Guyanese used to vote Democrat, they're becoming a swing community now. In 2020, there was an election in Guyana that was disputed. There's a majority African Guyanese party and a majority Indian Guyanese party. Hakeem Jeffries, purely based on his feelings of American racial politics, decided to intervene in that and say because of his views on race in America, he believes this party over that party should win in Guyana. America's racial politics should be kept in America. You shouldn't be importing that abroad and trying to interfere yourself in other people's issues. And that's the type of leadership Hakeem Jeffries actually tried to offer. So remind people of how radical this guy is and why he should never be Speaker of the House, because he is based on racial politics nonstop. So, those are just a few of the issues. And I think that, one final thing. You're going to ask me if I'm going to run again or not. Yes. So I'm always reminded, I met Ann Coulter many years ago, and I was telling her about trying to run in New York. What does she think? And she said something to me. She said, New York, unlike other major cities, has the capability to vote Republican at some point, right? Voted for Giuliani eventually. But it has to get bad enough. And when you're running, ask yourself, has it got bad enough, right?
Yes.
Right? And we think it's gotten bad enough. But clearly not enough people out there think it's gotten bad enough. But over time, more and more are thinking that, and that time is going to come. That dam is going to break, and eventually enough are going to agree that it's bad enough. So, we're fighting the good fight. It's hard out there, but in the end, we know we will win. We've won before, and we can do it again. Because it's getting bad enough, and it's going to be time for us to fix it. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So I don't have to ask you if you're going to run again. You are going to run again.
At some point, we're going to pick the right time.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay, that was a lot of good advice. I hope somebody is taking good minutes on this. You're going to relieve me of that microphone?
Before the next groups of people are actually candidates that's going to be running in the November election, but before Jim introduced them, I want to call up one or two of the people up. Ken Lam and Ying Tang, they control a group of volunteers, which is what the candidates need. And your job tonight for those candidates running in November is to convince them that their volunteer will help you. And when he puts volunteers out, they do go out. So, I guess Ying, Ken?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Daniel, for having me tonight. I know that I'm too shiny for people looking at me. Don't worry. I'll keep my voice up. So I'm the founder of Asian Republican Club in Brooklyn back to 2020 in the pandemic. And at that time, we started from a group of 15, 20 people. We didn't expect anything until in 2022, we decided to back the first candidate in Brooklyn. And fortunately, the turnout is good. Unfortunately, we backed a very lazy candidate that only relied on us, go out and get us to vote. That's the terrible things we experience. And I hope that there is no candidates here act the same way like that person. Sorry, I was about to use that F word. All right, so volunteers, everyone shut of it. Republicans. In campaign, I was running Ying Ten campaign, and we were so lonely because the party was against us. We were the first group in Brooklyn that beat the party without any of their help. We beat their primary candidate like a home. first group ever in Brooklyn. We can outgrow them because we emphasize to grow the party. The average Republican age in Brooklyn is 55 years old. Couple ages about like close to retirement. But is it a healthier number? Democrats has a way smaller number, like 10 years younger. And we are still relying on people that might not exist on the voter registration. The highest number of the age in the voter registration in Brooklyn is 173 years old. How can that possible? I don't believe Moses will live again on earth. Come on. So that's why we need to grow the party. How? This year is a very good chance. So we are launching a Trump campaign. This is 45 days ahead. I'm going to give out Trump campaign material this Saturday in my club meeting in Brooklyn. So we're gonna have Trump campaign. Everyone is asking for it. So why don't we just make it happen? We need Trump campaign material. At the same time, we hand out what do we need? Voter registration. That's how we grow the party. Whenever people come in, whenever people, hey, I want to vote. I want Trump. That's a very good person that is possibly going to help Republicans in the future. Not those people just come to me and, hey, can you help me to do this and that and sit there and I want to chill. That is exactly what the candidate in 2022 said. I just want to chill. I just want to sit here. I want to take some video, but not knocking on the door. That's the worst candidate we can ever see. So in 2023, we encountered a lot of problems besides the party going against us. After the primary, we spend more time to fight against non-Democrats than Democrats. We have bad data, very obviously, as you said. The WeRed database, not very good, but they are better. I can show you what we have. We explored a lot of different companies. Door knocking company sucks, okay? We need to do groundwork. Every candidate, please. We need to do groundwork. Ying Tan and I did not just show up in the community and say, hey, I'm a Republican, vote for me. We did groundwork for years. And that's why we can start out with a winning race, at least against our own party. We did groundwork. We care the community, we talk to people for years. So second thing, besides the WeRed database, phone calling company. People claims that they have 50, 60 in New Jersey, California, whatever. I really doubt the data they come back, honestly. So in the general election, we got a 70% yes to vote for Yang. But it came up, of course, there are spoilers, etc. So it came up way off. That is what we need to be aware of. Of course, the third thing, data, calling, mailer. Mailer is very important because nobody knows you're running unless they see, oh, okay, there is a person called Ying Tan is representing me, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if you send out 20% of them are dead. You still have 80% gonna receive it. And 10% gonna read it. That 10% might vote for you. So don't underestimate the mailer. Okay, so, let's get back to volunteers. Volunteers, what we are going to use is on the election day or the day, the 40 days within the election period. That is very important. Why? During the election day, we need people to knock on the surrounding doors. Hey, did you vote for Yang? Did you vote for Trump? That's very important. People forget to vote. They thought, oh, someone might help us to vote already. I don't care. No, we need to make them to go out to vote, GOTV. So that is very important. So right now, I don't want to call it my team. Some of my friends are already in Pennsylvania helping Trump to knock on the door. There are a lot of them. And this year, very luckily, Robert Kennedy gave up the race, and I absorbed the group in Brooklyn. That's very nice. So, but the sad thing is they are very focused in Pennsylvania at this point. So, but we are going to still working in New York. I have a small team in Queens, and I also have a small team in Brooklyn. So, I would like to know who need help, and I want to hear. Let's say if you have 10 volunteers, let's say 10. It's end up you need way more. Last year during the election day, the exact election day, we have 60 to 70 people outside, standing outside the poll site. And that's not enough because the Democrats have 400. We're way off because no one cared to grow the party because the party do not want to grow itself. Look at the person who is responsible for it. Did they do anything? Do you ever know where their office is? So take it as our burden, as our patriotic heart burdens. Grow the party from now to the election day. Register 5 voters. That's the minimum things we can contribute. Okay, so after me, there will be candidates talking about their stuff, their campaign. I would like to hear some things. We know that we are all migrants, crime, all that good stuff. We are all Republicans here. I want to hear something. Let's say you have 10 volunteers. 40 days from the election day, what are you going to do with them? What do you need from them? Some of them need pay, some of them might not need pay. What are you going to do? How much money you have raised, how much money you have spent, and what is your final plan for the next 40 days? How many mailers you are planning to send out? What is your way to make your name recognition in the last 40 to 45 days? Please, every candidate who is going to come up in the next hour, please include those messages. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Are you saying that you can help people get volunteers now for this cycle?
Yes, so in Queens, I still have a small team. No, I don't want this team. We have a group of friends that can make phone calls and do some actual work. In Brooklyn also, we still have some small group, a majority of them going to Pennsylvania. But still, we still have people. I am gonna work very hard for Trump campaign in Brooklyn, registering people. We're gonna have booths on the street.
Okay, please tell people your name and how people can get in touch with you.
My name is Kenneth. My wife Ying Ten ran for last year's City Council seat, District 43rd. If you don't know where District 43 is, remember, the first Asian councilwoman that fights the cops. That's the area, all right?
Trump 2024, baby. Trump 2024, baby.
That's Trump 2024. That is not my phone number. All right.
I got your phone number.
Yeah, just stop by, get my phone number. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Okay. All right.
Top to
Thank
the
you
bottom,
very
baby.
much.
Top to the
Thank
bottom.
you very much. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay. Next, please welcome Ruben Diario Cruz, and I believe you are running for something now. Is that correct?
That's correct. Hello, everyone. My name is Ruben Cruz, and I am your future State Assembly representative for District 24, which is currently held by Mr. Wepper. So I have 3 points I want to make, and the most important one is that our Queens Republican community is divided. We all know that. The Queens the Queen's Party, the official Queen's Party, doesn't support any of our clubs. They don't help us out. I am grateful for them letting me go through and become part of the party and run for state assembly, but we're not helping each other out enough. For example, we have to apply for the funding, right? So there's a form you have to fill out, and then there's another form on the side that you have to fill out. If not, you don't get the 12 times funding for whenever you're running. The Queens Republicans in all of Queens should be supporting each other and letting each other know what we need to be successful. Why are we hampering each other, cutting ourselves off from all the support that we should be having? So my commitment when I become your state assembly person is to unite all of the Queens clubs, the Queens damn Republican Party that doesn't want to play with everybody else. That's my commitment. I think that's more important than all of the other nonsense that's going on. We really need to unite, honestly and for real. Mend those fences, whatever power plays are going on. I don't give a fart. The two issues, that's my daughter, so they just stole her line. Not true. I did not steal the fart line. Okay, I stole the fart line, but it was a necessity. The two other issues that I think are important now, well, three other issues. There is scientific studies over the past 7 years done in other countries related to our trash, our dirty streets. And it's been proven that cleaner streets leads to less crime. Why? It's on my website. I did a lot of research on it, but I'm so flooded with so many things that I'm working on. But we don't think about the commitments to the little things that really, really matter. Our streets are so dirty now. We had fantastic garbage cans that held a lot, and they've been replaced with these wire things. Trash is overrunning, rats are becoming rampant. So our streets are dirtier and not safe. I commit to really funding more our sanitation department that's keeping our streets clean and in that sense safer. The MTA just announced a $54 billion plus budget for the next 5 years, which means that's how much they plan to take from us while they do nothing at all. For 20 years, we've been waiting for all of our trains to have ADA access. Not happening. Not happening. We gotta do something about that. It's about time. So I am against the congestion pricing because we all live in Queens. When I go into Manhattan, it's not because I want to. It's because I have to. I'm working there. I gotta go in there. But it's not my dream to be driving in that traffic all the time. In addition, if they want to cut down on the pollution, fine. Then I say anyone with an electric car should be able to drive through free because they're not causing any pollution. Finally, there was a finally. What was that final point that was so important to me at the time? The city of yes. Come on. Boo. The borough president has given his approval to that, knowing that more than 80% of our community boards, of which I am a member of one of the community boards, say we don't want it. The rest of New York does not respect Queens. Queens, we like our lawns, we like our parking spaces, we like our room. We drive into Nassau County. Let Brooklyn and Manhattan live in their anthills. But leave us alone. Leave us alone. So I say no to the city of yes. And thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Ruben. He's getting away so fast that he's not going to be able to take any follow-up questions, I don't think.
I'm sorry. It's just that I have friends visiting from Argentina. They're in the back. They're not that embarrassed. Literally got here this morning. We just had dinner up in the Thai place of Soi Fayam. Really good food. But any questions? Come on. Come. I'm ready for you. Yeah. Okay, I'm not ready for him though.
I was going to speak, but I'd rather just ask you a question. So what do you suggest? I mean, I feel this division all the time. And I started in one club and I joined like 5 or 6. And, you know, it seems to me all good people, all concerned, but the leadership, and I'm not talking about this club, but the leadership they're not looking to bring things together. So one thing I decided for next time around is going to these clubs and asking, what are we going to do to unify the party? Because, you know, one thing about the Democrats, I heard before, I mean, it blows my mind that people from the West Side would go to a meeting, hear brag, and not run them out of town. You know, it's like almost like the Twilight Zone. So, we have to get together. And that's what the Democrats do, and they have us beat and ahead all the time. That's not including Trump. Trump, I think, if everyone would follow his lead, we'd be in better shape. But what do you suggest we do to make sure, in addition to your efforts, that we start to get together?
You know, it seems impossible sometimes. I am very, very well known as a troublemaker. I don't intend to be a troublemaker. I swear to goodness I don't. But when I see something wrong and I say something, shut up. And I'm told this, and it's on public. I'm told at the community board, keep it down. We don't want to cause waves. One of our members, Vic Starsky, said that he was going to resign from the community board because our borough president slapped us in the face and said yes to the city of yes when everybody is saying no, not respecting us. And everybody said, no, but we're going to make you stay. So it takes somebody to take a chance, put their ass out there and get ready to be smacked. And I'm getting smacked down all the time. But I keep getting up. I keep having a smile. The top Republican in our district right now is Vicky Palladino and Joanne Ariola. They're in the highest right now. So we don't have anyone else representing us at such a high level until I become assemblyman, and I'll be on top and I'll be telling them what to do because it's about time, because whatever they say, they're lying when they're saying we should be together. Vicky's on this side, Joanne's on the other side, and we're in the middle getting nothing done from them. I'm going to bring them together because they gotta. And it just takes somebody up higher to say, hey, this is going to happen, and I'm loud. People hear what I say. People will know. I will be known as the troublemaker. From here on out, you know I'm the troublemaker, but we'll make changes happen. But I'll need your help too. They say, hey, Ruben's right. Ruben is right. Daniel is a unifier. I'm here because of him. And he showed me what it means to build trust and to know what you're supposed to do. And he gave me the knowledge that I needed to move where I am now. But he doesn't know everything. Do you know who knows everything? Our Queens Republican Party that doesn't share any information with us. Honestly, of our candidates here, how much has the Queens Republican Party been helping you? You know it's nothing. It's nothing. That's ridiculous. Well, I know, but you know what? I gotta fix my house first. I have to make my wife and my child happy, and then my neighborhood, and then our district in Queens, and then we'll show everybody else what we need to do. I know it's hard in other places, but here in Queens, where we have the most Republicans in general pockets, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous that, honestly, on both sides of Queens, up in Whitestone, Vicky, down in Rockaway, Areola, they have the two corners, they're not bringing us together. What the hell is wrong with that? They don't want us involved, but it's going to happen as soon as I become your assembly person. Thank you so much. Another question.
Ruben, we're running a little tight on time, so.
I have to leave, but God bless everyone and have a great night.
Hey, thank you.
Ruben Cruz. Ruben like the sandwich.
Thank you.
That's it, whatever I can get.
Thank you very much. Fantastic.
I like that. When they knock you down, get up again, and that happens over and over again. That's how it's done. Danny said that, okay, Joseph Chou, is he here now? Joseph Chou?
Good evening, everybody.
So
I'm not a Republican.
Wait a second.
I'm an independent. And my friend Rinaldi calls me a commie.
Wait a second.
Now, yeah, he did. But it's okay.
Wait a second. You are running for something now?
I'm running against Grace Bank.
Did I pronounce your name right?
It's okay. You just don't call me late for dinner.
Just tell
My
us
name
how
is My name is Joseph Chou. I'm a local businessman, local automotive repair shop owner. I've been in the neighborhood for 35 years. What prompted me to do this? God knows. All right. I started out as a Republican. I thought I was a Republican. Evidently, he's right. According to Nunziato, I'm not a Republican. So you know what? I told the Republican kiss my. And I became an independent. It's sad. And you know what? He's right. Republicans are dumb, stupid, and lazy. I'm sorry. It's the truth. And that's why the Democrats got us. Oh, excuse me, you guys. Just remember, I'm not a Republican anymore, according to Nunziata. According to my friend over there, the one that's going to vote for the Mitch, he's a two-time loser. He's a Republican version of Joe Biden. No, you should, you know what? Don't vote party lines. Vote for your candidate. Research your candidates. Be clear. Just as a Christian that goes to church, that doesn't make him a Christian. When you're yelling MAGA, but you cannot present your acts as a MAGA, don't call yourself a MAGA. You shame the name. Listen, research your candidate. That's all I'm asking. He's right. The Republican Party, well, you know what? My friend Rinaldi, he loved knocking the Democrats. We shouldn't do that. You know, we're Americans. I'm not sure, I'm 100%, I'm 2,000% sure that there are Democrats that are patriots too, but they're being misled. We have to draw it together to bring this country back. And the constant bickering back and forth, name calling, that's not going to bring us back. We know Trump is in the White House. And you know that, by the way, the polls is bullshit. Let me tell you why. If it was so true, there wouldn't have been 2 attempts on his life. Because the Democrats know they're losing. And they have no recourse but to kill the son of a bitch. All your polls, garbage. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to ask any one of you. If I call you on your phone and I say, hey, I want to talk to you about politics. If I send you a mailer, you know what you're going to do? Garbage. It's a waste of money. We got in Queens, in my district, Grace Mann. We all know she's a commie. But let me ask you something. How many people stand up? How many of you freaking Republicans came out and said it? How many? Not a damn one of you. And how many Republicans were Democrats last December that became Republicans now? How many? Speak the truth. Hello? Nobody knows. But you call yourself Republicans, act accordingly. I don't believe in polls. I don't believe in mailers. I see people, you know what? I see people, when you talk to them about politics, you talk to them about religion, who's going to give you a time of day? Don't bullshit. They tell you, you know what? Everybody has their mind made up about our president because it's a sure thing. But a president without his Senate, without his Congress, what's he going to do? Not a damn thing. It's just as important as our local offices. But now, study your candidates. Because if you vote a rhino in, guess what, pal? It's the same thing. Same damn thing. You know what, people, when they go to the poll, I know what I used to do. Republican, Democrat. That's what we all did. How many people voted for the candidate? I never did. I didn't even know who my candidate was. Did you? Did you? No, you're going down party lines. This year is special because people are sick and tired of Mayor Adams, all this BS. So now, what's going to happen? You got to remember, Trump was convicted in the New York case, in New York courts, right? Because they fixed the statute of limitation, and it was I believe, in my opinion, that it was a biased jury. So in a New York City with 70% Democrat, or at least in my district, what makes you think that with the hatred between Democrats and Republicans, what makes you think they're going to go cross party lines and vote for a Republican? You know what? That's naive. To me, that's naive. Let's be real, fake, honest about it. Okay, I'm done. Think about it, guys. Common sense.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't believe in door knocking, you don't believe in Melanie.
Let me tell you something. New age, baby. Internet. Internet, and you know what? First of all, I have an advantage. I have a business. I have a surviving business, lucrative business for 35 years.
I mean, what you did.
All right? Now, on top of all that, you know what's more important? By the grace and mercy of the Creator, Father God. Because without Him, you ain't nothing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go to Joseph. Next, we're looking for Michael Zumblaskas. Is he here? Okay. I'm sorry to say we are running a little short on time, so a couple of minutes, please.
I'm
Go,
Mike
Mike.
Zumblaskas, and I'm running against Jerry Nadler in the 12th Congressional District in Manhattan. Hey, let's and believe it or not, there is a shot of winning this thing. You know why? The Jewish population is turning on him. They're tired of him. He stopped doing constituent service. We are getting to people, and we can use everybody's help. And it's simple. What the fellow before said, yes, go on the internet. Join every Republican candidate's social media. Repost our stuff. Send it out. Hopefully something will go viral and our name recognition will go up. Yes, the lists are bad, but the thing is, we can make them better. One of the other things we can do, the Democrats have actually helped us out. They made, you can register people and have them submit absentee ballots for any reason. So what you need to do, if you have nephews, sons, daughters that are just turning 18 or in 20s and they're not registered, register them to vote. And then, even if you're not going to the polls, you say, here's the absentee ballot, sign it, vote, and then you turn it in. That's what the Democrats did in 2020. That's what we need to do. We also, when we do this, we make sure we keep that data and build our club databases, because that will give us better data so when we reach out to people. And this is the stuff we have to do. We have to work from the bottom up, because the Republican Party is worthless, basically, for helping candidates, except for a minor few. If they like them, they'll help them. I don't get any help. I don't really care. I've been doing this since 1992. I worked on the first Ross Perot campaign. I've run over 10 times. I have some name recognition and I understand things. One of the things I'm going to give another tip. Do not call the Democrats liberal Democrats. Call them progressives. Oh.
Go after the progressives. Make them think of AOC, Omar, because there's a lot of liberal Democrats that believe in free speech. They believe in a lot of stuff we do, and they want to save our democracy. So don't alienate those, especially the older Democrats. And that's some of the things we need to do. I'm going to end because I know we're short, and let people ask questions.
I don't think we have time for that.
Okay.
I just want to, you said call the Democrats progressives?
Yes, call them progressives, because that's what they call them. That's what they call themselves. Basically all the city council are progressives. All the, like AOC and Omar, they're progressives. There's a lot of liberal Democrats that are old Union Democrats and everything else. And if you try to call them communists, they're not really communists.
They're leftists.
Not all of them. This is what I'm.
Leftists.
Okay.
They're leftists.
We'll disagree. Agree to disagree.
Listen, 100 years ago, some people took on the word progressive to make themselves sound good, and when in fact they were leftists.
The Democrats are using progressive now. Use their
They
own
started that.
terminology against them.
They started doing that about 20 years ago. They picked up the term progressive again
That's fine.
to try to
I just know it's working in my district.
They're just
The
trying to-
older Democrats, I'm starting to win them over.
All right, okay, that's for another time, I guess. Anyway, again, that's Michael Zumblaskas. Zumblaskas?
Yes. 12 congressional districts.
12 congressional, okay. All right, okay. Dion Powell, is Dion Powell?
Dion, what's up, man?
Running out of time, Dion.
CPT.
Okay, running for State Senate District 33 against Gustavo Rivera, Dion Powell.
City Powell from New York, the first student government in America. I'm District Leader Dion Powell of the 78th Assembly District in the Bronx, New York. But I'm not a Republican either. I'm a member of the Bronx Conservative Party. Why? We have no rhinos. Because I don't understand. You guys are fighting people to help themselves. That makes zero sense. I got my brother Jonathan Rinaldi calling me in the Bronx for voter data. I got to go to Jedi Master Michael Zumblaskas to break it down analysis. Grandmaster Danny Mayo and Grandmaster Theochino, and we're all together from socialists to progressives to Democrats to independents. But we're pushing everybody for a right to row C, the Conservative Party, their process called fusion voting. And all our votes actually add up to the Republican Party because of cross-party endorsement. Thanks to us in 2022 with Kathy Hochul, when she was the underdog, the Bronx led the way, and we kept it very simple. We said, don't vote Democrat. Now, DJ L7 at least knows some K-Born Rivers from the hood. That's right. He was on CPAC, and he said, don't vote Democrat. Very simple. We pushed all those votes over, skipped over the Republican Party, which they said was so evil and racist, to the Conservative Party. So much so, in 2023, the Bronx Conservative Party actually helped elect the first Republican city council person in 40 years in the bluest county in America, the Bronx. Clap for that.
Right, winner.
Fast forward, because of all our great work in the Bronx, who actually had a rally in the Bronx?
That's right.
That's right. We had the
Yes,
Bronx,
baby.
the worst town in America, as the former president of the United States, the evil, orange, racist man, and we had over 10,000 people in the South Bronx and Crotona Park, whereas the great AOC in the South Bronx, her and the former Congressman Jamal Bowman, they only had 80 people who were in. Isn't that great? That was sad and pathetic. But what I'm trying to convey to you guys is that this year, we're pushing everybody to the right to vote C, the Conservative Party, because we're getting all our Republican brothers and sisters that have had enough to send a protest vote on the Conservative Party line. Because this time, the Republicans are against all the rhinos of New York State are coming over to us. Now, some people don't have the courage to leave the party and build our party, which is growing a lot in the Bronx especially, and in New York County, the bluest county right now after the Bronx. But we're going to encourage everybody to do one thing only to help win this election, very simply, across the city, in the Bronx, because in the Bronx, they play up our poverty a lot. I'll tell you what they said earlier that actually is true. In November, what they do in the Bronx is very simple, especially South Bronx. They say, hey, if you're a Democrat, you have to vote straight down Democrat. If you're a Republican, you have to vote straight down Republican.
Because if you go over, you'll lose your vote. They'll hold your ballot in their hand. Paperboard Prince, he was there. He ran for office. He got it all on tape. So if you program these people to just what? Don't vote Democrat, where else are they going to go? They're going to go as far right. And one thing I actually want to end with that was very key that happened yesterday, because I couldn't make it, is the Maha movement. One thing you should know about me is that I'm the former National African American Affairs Director for the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Super PAC. A lot of these people, that's right, Robert F. Kennedy, a lot of Republicans wanted to support Kennedy. And we're all very cordial with our MAGA side of the family. And what I'm trying to do is have a big unity rally, because we have all these people, thanks to Zumblaskas, notice, have knocked Kennedy off the ballot. They have a large dormant vote right now. And even people who didn't like Kennedy is growing into a nice beast. And we're going to use all those votes to what? Don't vote Democrat. But who's going to receive these people after November? What political party will have a meeting and make them feel welcome? Republicans are like 3 years behind the Democrats and 5 years behind the socialists when it comes to outreach and methodology. The Bronx Conservative Party, we're hitting the streets, we're hitting the hood, we're hitting the projects, and that's when I believe the Conservative Party of New York State, under our leadership of the Bronx Conservative Party, is going to become the official third-party swing vote. Now, we may not be able to beat the big two, but we sure are now proving that we're going to influence elections like in other counties. Okay, we'll make Democrats win. They got to come see us. We'll make Republicans win. They got to come see us. But I'm going to end by saying this. If Republicans in this room have a lot of grievances, and rightfully so forth, they did to this man, that man, this man, a lot of other people were disrespected by them. Remember, you can send your party a message. Tell everybody, don't vote Democrat. Tell your Republicans, don't vote Republican. Just come on over to column C, the Conservative Party, and vote straight down. And at the end of the day, those votes, just like in the Bronx, will push President Trump, who only needs, since 2022, when we did the don't vote Democrat thing, 28 to 32% of New York City, and the whole state goes red. Again, I'm District Leader Dion Powell. I'm running for State Senate, 33rd District in the Bronx, New York. And, thank you, don't vote Democrat and join the Conservative Party. Why? We have no rhinos.
Who does the work? Who does the work? I'm with you. Nice job.
Where can people find you?
Oh, we're not gonna do this.
You have a website?
No, I don't have a website. I am actually, this is a very small budget campaign. I'm actually with my civic education, thanks to these Jedi Masters here on our Civic Education Council. I'm actually helping other candidates like Tina Forte, which we all love here, a big name brand on our Queens side of the family, the Bronx side of the family, and just helping them with the voter data and the worksheets and the canvassing and the volunteers. Because these little technicalities they don't know. So the civic education piece is very important.
So are you saying you don't want money?
Oh, he does. He's a pro. He's one of the best.
I don't want money. I need money. That's right.
How can people give you money?
Oh, yes, the Bronx, you give all money to people bless me. Give the money to the Bronx County Conservative Party, because our party is growing, getting bigger and better.
And it has a website?
Yes, I believe.
The Bronx County Conservative Party.
Right, the Bronx County Conservative Party. You can find us, Google us.
All right, thank you very much, thank you very much. Okay, next we want to hear from Juan Pagan. Everybody knows Juan, right? Here's the big name for Juan Pagan. He's running for, what is the seat in the district?
New York State Senate, Senatorial District 16.
Okay, and
Okay, I'll be very brief because I know time is running out. My name is Juan Pagan. I'm running for New York State Senate, and I'm going to take Ken's advice. Ken, right? He said to answer the questions he posed, right? So I'm going to do that. But before I do that, just a little bit about me. Mike Zumblaskas, you beat me. Let me tell you how you beat me, okay? My first run for public office, I ran for state assembly, was in 2006. We're in 2024 and I'm still running for office, okay? But Mike, man, you got me by how many years? Wow. You know what that means? We are warriors, okay? We keep going no matter what, okay? That's the kind of people we need, okay? So, and I've been through a lot, man. Let me tell you something. Running for office is emotionally draining, financially draining, physically draining, spiritually draining, you name it, okay? Because it's tough. It is tough. So now I'm gonna answer some of the questions that Ken posed, okay? What am I doing in my campaign? Okay, so number one, I don't know if you notice, I put a board out there, my name on top, it says, please volunteer. I'm asking for your name, email, telephone number. I will not harass you, I will not call you. What I will do is, tomorrow I have a meeting with my campaign manager, we're gonna plan out my campaign strategy. For example, this Saturday, I plan to be at a supermarket in my neighborhood, within my district. Okay, so I will send emails that I will be there, I'll give you the address, from noon to 3 p.m. You can be there for the full 3 hours, come for 1 hour, come for 40 minutes, it's okay. To give out palm cards that I have, okay? I will be there, it's a very busy area, there's a Dunkin' Donuts right there. If I have like 6 people, and I will be there, because people like to talk, see the candidate, okay? And I won't be dressed like this, okay? I'll be one, I'll be better dressed than this, okay? By the way, this is my favorite t-shirt, okay? We learned a lot from what the government did to us with this, but they also learned a lot. And one of the things they learned is that we're not gonna take it, okay? We're gonna keep fighting, right? This is just one of the things they learned. All right, so it's not only to give out palm cards, but my campaign manager also told me that the number of registered voters in my district to send a mailer, one mailer, would cost $80,000. Forget it. I don't have that kind of money. No way, okay? I did have a fundraiser recently. I did not make the matching funds, but that's okay. Keep going forward no matter what. So what we did was, we got these, you hang them on doors, right? Doorknobs, okay? So another plan that we have is to have volunteers to go throughout the neighborhoods within my district, to just go to the different houses and just put this on the doorknob, all right? Okay, because I cannot afford to send it by way of the United States Postal Service. So that's another plan that we have. And the key here is to let people know that the incumbent does have an opponent, all right? So I'm gonna cut right now. I'm gonna stop right now, but if there's up front, you can leave your name, email, phone number. Even if you come once and spend an hour with me, okay? Helping me give out, because sometimes people want, the constituents, they want to talk to me, because I'm the candidate, they want to ask me questions while you're out giving out cards, okay? So, thank you, God bless you. Just let me know, okay? Thanks, take care.
And thank you, Juan. Maybe I haven't said it before, but everybody who's running, thank you for money. Anybody who wants to give money to Juan Pagan, see him afterwards, he can tell you how, okay? All right, and I think we have one more, and I don't have the office that you're running for here. You're gonna tell us.
28.
Jonathan.
This is my club.
Oh my
goodness.
Neighborhood right here.
What office are you?
Oh my goodness.
28, Assembly District 28. I'm going to start off with a quote here.
Do it.
Because a nation could survive its fools, and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. I'm going to cut that quote short, because at the end of the day, that's what we're fighting against, treason. Okay? And don't expect in life anyone to help you, because nobody's going to help you. But I'm going to talk to you, Chair of the Queens GOP. I call for your immediate resignation. And I promise you, that's Mr. Tony Nunziato. And here's the thing. I'm not an endorsed candidate, but I'm on 3-party lines. I'm not only a Republican, but I am also We the People. I am Maha and MAGA together. And I'm also on the Truth Party with my friend over there, good old Joseph Chou. The commie, yes. So I'm on 3-party lines. And ask yourself, how did Juan Pagan not make the ballot, or Danny Mayo not make the ballot? How was that? Because county tells you guys to stay away from me. Okay? I know it, you know it, everybody knows it, but I'm on 3 lines while you guys are off the ballot. Okay? And that's not what matters. What matters is I'm going to address the volunteers, because that's why everybody's here and it's late. I have $0. Okay? I have absolutely $0. However,
I know how to knock on doors. I use the district maps and I go election district by election district and I knock on about 50 doors each night. All right, and that's the way that you got to do it. And I have the best chance of any candidate to win, and I'll tell you why. Because Middle Village in Glendale is the most Republican neighborhood in all of Queens. And if the Jews in Forest Hills wake up and don't vote Democrat, guess what? I am going to be the next assembly person. And promise you this, I strike fear in the hearts of the Democratic Party, as well as I strike fear in the hearts of the Republican Party. And if next year, for next year's election, all right, I'm already fundraising for city council for the 30th seat because I'm going to take Bob Holden's seat because we need somebody that's going to stand up to the woke mob, or we don't need a wet paper bag. And for all the candidates in here who think that you're going to be on county's petition, I will personally primary your ass and I'll kick you off the ballot myself. I promise you that. And I'll tell you one thing. Dion Powell, City College, let's go. First one in America. But I'm going to cut it short. But in terms of the volunteers, just remember who's got the #1 chance to win, and that's me, based on the numbers. All right? And I can do it myself. And for next year, I am fundraising for next year because there's a lot to learn. And I will be taking an entire slate of candidates into next year. So if you just remember, for the younger candidates that are out here, you are county signature carriers. Do you know that? Do you know that you carry county signatures? Juan, did you know that you're a big county signature carrier? Even though Tom Zamich, who's not here, why do you think Tom Zamich is not here? Is it because I know that I have 111 pages of forged petitions? I got them. Right? 111 of forged petitions? We got them. Well, we're Jedi Masters. We don't give all the information out today. But I know what county's doing. I know what county's doing. They have forged. In order for them, Tom Zamich, who's a 6th congressional candidate district, who was on Tom Zamich's petitions? Juan Pagan, Danny Mayo. That's a failure. We have a dereliction of duty for the people that are in office, and I personally will kick all you guys out. I promise you that. And if you want to be on the ballot next year, you're going to have to get with the new party based right here in Central Queens. I'll see you later.
Okay, basically, I think that's all the candidates that came tonight. We have some announcements that like to be made by some of the people in the audience. Nathaniel, Gavronsky, like to say something? And anyone else who want to say something, you're welcome to say something as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nathaniel Gavronsky, and I've been working in politics since the age of 9. I actually worked on the Americans with Disabilities Act. My father was in a wheelchair. He couldn't get on or off any of the sidewalks. And so I've been working and talking to people in Congress since I was 9 years old. And here's some lessons I've learned from meeting every president since Richard Nixon. Yes, it is true that if you want a friend in Washington, get a dog. But here's the thing that no one actually ever tells you working in politics. And I think everyone here really needs to listen to this, because I've been hearing everyone talk about it, but not really addressing it, is that you are going to learn about every bad thing you have ever done. You are going to be reminded about every dog you've accidentally kicked, every spider you've squished. You're going to listen and hear about all the reasons why you should just jump off the Brooklyn Bridge. But you're going to hear all that from people on your side. Not the other side, your side. Why is that? Has anyone ever asked why that is? You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Too many people think that they are the most important person in whatever room they're in. And if you're in this industry, if you're working in politics, remember your mission. It's not about you. It never was. You are never going to get what you think you deserve. Ever. If you walk into a room as a politician or a political activist and you feel like you are the most important person in that room, 2 things are true. 1, you are in the wrong room or you're in the wrong industry. This is not about you. There are thousands of people out there that depend on people like us, you and me, in this industry to make things work for them. Not for you. You're not here for you. Most people don't care what party you're in. I hate to tell you this, but you ask someone on the subway, What do they see done? They do what they want done. They're not telling which party they want to vote for. They say, I want the subway to work on time. I don't want so many rats. I don't want the rain inside. That's what they're going to tell you. They're not going to tell you I want the Republicans to win or the Democrats to win. I want something to work. That's the whole point. Parties, and party affiliation was never part of the Constitution. And everyone in here is mostly conservative leaning, a party of the Constitution. Okay, let's concentrate on the Constitution then. Let's make the Constitution work for the people that we tell ourselves that we're working for. And let's give them something to believe in, not a party, an individual that understands them, sees them, hears them. That's what they need. That's the inspiration that's going to get them to vote for you, not the letter on the end of your name, and not how much money you raise or what clubs you belong to.
I'm 100% with that.
Give them inspiration, not as you as an individual, but your message and what you want to do. And I had a member of Congress ask me when I was 7 years old what I wanted to accomplish. And I said, I want to do everything. And of course, everything, right? Because you want to do everything? Like, you want to do everything, right? You want to do everything? He said, no. Pick one thing. What's the one thing you want to achieve in your life? What's that one thing? Thought about it for a few minutes. Thought like an hour probably. I said, I want to make people financially independent. That's it. Done. That's my objective. Every single voting class is a single issue voter. They're just grouped in large numbers. Help them get that one thing that they want done. You will win, and then you will continue to win. But once you've accomplished your goal, step aside and let someone else accomplish theirs. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Nathaniel. Kathy, yes, Kathy Lally, would you come up so we get you also report? And come follows Isaiah Vega. Anyone else want to say something? Okay, keep the shots there. Okay. It's 9:29. We should be ending this soon, and we also have the winner of the 50-50 drawn.
Hi, I want to say I watched the movie last night, Authorized to Kill, by Children's Health Defense, world premiere. I recommend everybody watch it. It brought me to tears. It's about people who lost their loved ones from COVID. And not everybody lost. Some people survived. One guy got his wife out of the hospital. Very, very difficult. Police there, everything. Everybody watch Authorized to Kill. It's the internet. It's coming on the internet October 4th. And it's by Children's Health Defense.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Isaiah Vega.
All right, how you doing? Thank you. So, last meeting, I announced that there would be a citywide voter guide for the Republican and Conservative candidates throughout the city. I am proud to announce that there is a Queens version out right now, which you can access by going to tinyurl.com/RC Voter Guide Queens. That is tinyurl.com/RC Voter Guide Queens. I also have a WhatsApp link and a Telegram link. Come to me to inquire about that. I will send it to you. It is a PDF, but you can also access it online by going to tinyurl.com/RC Voter Guide Queens. Thank you.
Isaiah Vega, don't forget the name, that's right.
Thank you, Isaiah. That's also on the club's website, centralqueenscop.elections. Jimmy? And then we're going to draw the 50-50 winner, which...
I'll draw the 50-50 winner. I like speaking. I just want to say something. There's something that's very universal about the struggle that we're going through, and it's the lie that there are small people or the little guy or this or that. There are no small people. Everyone is sacred. We fought that way for the Civil War. We died for that because everyone is sacred. And I'm going to give a quick story. I find one homeless person to take care of every day, to try to make a difference. And I was not going to be around. I dropped by and I give her $5 so she can eat. And people say that, that these people are looking for a handout. Well, I wasn't going to be with her the next day. I was talking with Mike that day, actually. And as I'm giving her the second $5 so she has something to eat, she thinks she's giving it back. I said, no, I won't be here tomorrow.
So when we hear people want a handout, it's because there's a lie going on with the progressives, with the Democrats, with the socialists, that there are little people. Take care of the little guy. There is no little guy. We are a Judeo-Christian country, and the reason is, when Jesus went around to talk to the people in the Sermon on the Mount, those were the outsiders that were outside the city of the Mount that did not have food. And you know why? Because everyone is sacred. So if you can find one person that doesn't believe what you believe, and you can look at them and remember that they are sacred, everything you say will make more sense. Thank you, Danny.
Thanks very much. And now, Diane and Stasio is going to announce the winner of the 50-50 drawing. There was $60 contribution tonight. So the 50 is $30. And the winner is?
Dun, 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 dun. Joan.
Okay. Joan, congratulations.
Joan, will you please come up and collect? Joan.
Yes.
You are the winner of tonight's 50-50.
Thank you very much. Okay, now it's 9:34, so the meeting is over. Do I have a motion to adjourn? I say a bigger motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second by Ken. And all in favor says aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for coming tonight.
Do it next time.
No, keep it.
One, two, everybody get in this? All right, one, get it. Come on, man. Want it? Come on, music man. All right, so 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. I got a picture right now. Excellent. Thanks again, folks.
Hey, everyone, if anyone want to join me to promote Trump campaign in New York, let me know. Anyone want to go to Pennsylvania for Trump campaign, I also can help you for that. We are sending people every weekend to help Trump in Pennsylvania. Please reach out to me. Also, my club meeting gonna be on Saturday night in Brooklyn, 8681 18th Avenue. We are going to hand out Trump campaign material. So please stop by this Saturday, 5:30 to 7 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your advice. Thank you so much.
Hey, Juan.
I love that Make America Great Again.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Oh, well, yes.
That's fine, but that whole time, that fairness, better water, I mean, already. Okay.
They're happy that they're only giving it to you up to the contract.
Yeah, I'll send And the third thing is, you know what, the teacher is now. That's the thing, I actually read it, standing. All right, my love. I need more of it.
It is now 9:45. Thank you very much for watching the Central Queens Public Club live stream.
Thanks again for inviting me. If there's anything else I can do,